Hey guys, I'm here with Nathen Borne, founder, owner of My Core Benefits. And today we're just going to be asking Nathen about some insight that we can gain on how to become better leaders of today. So, right now I'd just like to ask you, you growing up, how did you handle rejection? Being, who you were and coming up, and how did you see other people? What was that like for you?
Yeah. Well, rejection is something that people really stress. And I'll tell you what, I read an article once, and this should help you, that shared that at the average funeral, about 10 people cry.
Okay.
Average funeral, 10 people cry. And of the people that cry, the number one deciding factor as to whether or not they're going to go from your funeral to your burial, number one deciding factor is the weather.
Okay.
A day like yesterday, bad day to go down, right? Because it's raining, people are going to go, you know what? I think we're just going to go now. So it's not how you live your life. It's not the impact that you make. It's the weather that decides whether they go from your burial, from your funeral to your burial. Mm-hmm. So what does that tell me? I don't spend a lot of time caring what other people think, because they're probably not going to be at my funeral. Mm-hmm. If they're at my funeral, they probably won't cry. And if it's raining out, they probably won't even go to my burial.
Right.
So as kind of a silly example as that is, when I read that, I went, man, people really only care about the impact that you make while you're here. Mm-hmm. And if you can make as big of an impact while you're here, and as sobering and sort of harsh as that sounds, mm-hmm. it makes you think differently, because you realize, wow, I have the short amount of time that I'm here, and if other people don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, I don't give energy to it.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't mean that you don't feel the rejection. It doesn't mean that you don't want other people to agree with you. But when you're dialed into something that is so much greater than just your time here, mm-hmm. It changes the way that you think about what other people think.
Totally, 100%.
So, I mean, again, it's a little bit of a crude example, but just made me think about it. I realized, you know what, you're right. Like, why am I worrying about what other people think mm-hmm. when they might not even be at my funeral?
Right, totally. Now, I know you've said, if you're going to cut down a tree, spend 4 hours sharpening your sword and 2 hours actually cutting it down. Now, where is the cross between, too much communication with your clients and too little studying and sharpening your swords in the books? Is there like a, spend more time on one or the other, or what would you say?
Yeah, so the philosophy is, and here's the thing with the philosophy is, when you take that 6 hours, right, and you think of, okay, I want to accomplish